Hey, good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today? How is everyone today? Hey, this is Gregory Wilds coming live to you from Houston, Texas, with his inspirational morning talk for first-time listeners. I just come on in the mornings at Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 8:45 Central Time. That's our time here in Texas, and I just say what I'm inspired to talk about that day. What I'm inspired to talk about that day. So I hope everyone is doing great. We have great weather here in Texas. It's nice weather here in Houston. Sunny, hot. That's what we used to up in the 90s. That's what we used to this time of the year. So it's great. So I hope you having a great weather wherever you are and can enjoy this outdoors like we are here. But what I want to take on today, guys, and just remember you can always go on YouTube. I upload everything there and you can check out the channel there. And see all the great things that we've done. We have over 300 and something videos up here of these great little talks in the morning. Something you can find to bless you. All right, so what we doing here today? What I'm going to take on today, I just want to talk quickly here. Not going to be long today. I just want to talk quickly here today about is Matthew 6:19 through 21, when we're talking about and Jesus was teaching them about money and possessions. Mr. Alan Dwayne, good morning. How are you doing today, sir? So we're talking about here, right? So he's teaching them people about money and possessions here, right? Teaching them money and possessions. So we can just break this down when he's talking about do not store up treasures on earth. We can just shed a little more light on that and see what he's talking about there, right? So it's just Matthew 6:19 through 21 we can really focus on today. And he said, do not store up treasures on earth where moths eat them and rust destroy them, and where thieves break in and steal. Store your treasures in heaven where moth and rust cannot destroy, and thieves do not break in and steal. Where your treasure is, the desires of your heart will also be. So where your treasure is, the desires of your heart will also be. So here he's talking about do not store up your treasures on earth, right? Where moth eat them and rust destroy them. You got to understand the context where he used them, because back in those days there, right, when Jesus was speaking and giving them these parables, he gave them things that they can directly relate to. So you got to remember, in those days there, what was your treasures? What was your money? They didn't have dealing with paper money and all these credit cards and stuff like what we have here today, right? Their possessions and their riches was determined by the amount of cattle they have, the amount of, the farm, the grains, and all of that good stuff, the metals, the gold and silver and all of that, right? That was how a man was determined if his riches is based on those things: the amount of gold, the amount of silver, the amount of cattle. When they talk about Job, he had so much thousand donkeys and so much thousand camels and all of that, right? So that's what determines your wealth back then. So he was saying, he giving them something here that they can relate to, right? So he's saying, all he's talking about is your earthly possessions, all the things that make you rich. He's saying, do not enjoy them, right? But do not make that your God. Do not make that your God and forget about the source where all that is coming from, right? So he giving them this problem and saying, do not store up your treasures here on earth. So all the gold and silver what they had, that's why he said where moth can eat them out, because the crops what they have, right? Those little insects and stuff can eat those crops out when they put them in the storehouses, right? It can eat it out. The metals and all the things can be tarnished, and you can get all your cattle and stuff, and they can be stolen. Wild animals can eat them. So he said, just like Job, how Job was a rich man that one day, and then at the a snap of a finger, he lost everything he had. That's what he's saying, man. You can lose all of that in the blink of an eye, right? Just imagine one hurricane come, and how much times you see hurricane come when we're looking at the devastation, what it does, when we're looking at the news and the people that's affected by it, how houses gone and all of that, right? One change in the housing market, when we had the big collapse in the housing market in '08, around then, there's so how much homes were devalued, people lost their home. Your home can tremendously be devalued by any fluctuation in the market, right? A bad business deal can wipe out your business, man. Your company can just go bankrupt with one bad business deal, right? A bad accident can leave you without a car. You know what I mean? It could, boom, total your car right there. Your wallet can be stolen. Your laptop can be broken. Your phone. You know, so he's saying, man, do not put all your stock into your earthly possessions. Like, as what this guy was saying. You ever see a U-Haul behind a horse? Or for people who don't have U-Haul in the countries where they are, movers, you ever see people got all the possessions stocked up in some moving truck and it's driving behind them going to the burial ground with them? Saying, no, you're going to leave all day here. But he's saying where you go after that is what's important, right? So he's saying, do not forget the source. Do not forget God in all of this, right? You got to do the things. You got to follow the laws. You got to keep your eyes focused on him so you can get a place in heaven there where you know, no thief and breaking in and stealing nothing up there. No moth in each and anything. What you know, that's a great place where you want to be. So it all comes back, guys. All of these messages here, when you look at it, it all comes back to one thing. All comes down back to following his word. Following his word. And you know the funny thing about this whole thing where you're advising you here? If you want that more riches and you want to get all the more of these things, the more he's saying that you focus on storing up the treasure in heaven, so to speak, by doing his word, doing the stuff what he said, doing stuff the right way, is the more you're going to get. It's the more you're going to get, right? You remember Matthew 6:33, what it's saying? But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. If you seek him first, right, more can be added on to you. So when you hold on and just want to on your riches and all the stuff, you got to make it that your God. He's saying that's where the problem comes in. He never says that it's not good to get rich. No. Get your riches, get your blessings, and you enjoy them, but do not make them your God. That's all he's trying to tell them in a nutshell. Don't make them your God. Keep the real God, God. Enjoy your possessions. Enjoy your fancy house. Enjoy the, $1 billion you got in the bank. Enjoy your nice car. Enjoy the stuff. Go on your vacation, travel. Enjoy those stuff, but do not make that stuff your God. Do not place that more important than learning his word, than following his instructions. Do not that get you thrown off your track and forget the source where all this stuff is coming from, right? So that's when he went down a little further in Matthew 6:24 here, and he's saying, no one can serve two masters, for you will hate one and love the other. You will be devoted to one and despite the other. You cannot serve both God and money, right? So that's all he's saying here, man. Enjoy your earthly possessions. Enjoy them. You pray for them. I see some people that say, no, all my thing is to make $1 billion, or some people say they want to make $1 million. Everybody got their own, target what they want to reach, what's enough for them. But he's saying, okay, you do all of that, but the quickest way to get that is you seek him first. The kingdom is righteousness. All those stuff can be added on to you, right? But don't just go after that and forget God. Because what you're doing here, trying to do now, you're trying to store up the billion, you're trying to store up the million right here on earth. And guess what happened when he called you home? What you got in heaven? Are you even going to heaven? Or what you got up there? Did you store up anything? It's like a bank, right? It's like a bank. Now you're making deposits to that bank up there. Those we say, make those deposits, because that's sure. The return on your investment for that deposit you're making by following his word, learning this stuff, doing it the right way, following his laws, that's deposits you making in that bank where your money is guaranteed. Because you make it here, when it's done, as Denzel Washington, I heard say that, you never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. You never see a U-Haul behind a hearse, meaning all your possessions where you fight and kill up yourself and spend all your time and energy behind here on earth. It left right here for someone to enjoy it, and you gone. And if you didn't make deposits in that other bank, If you didn't make those deposits in the bank, that's what he's saying. You got nothing now. You got nothing. You may never reach that heaven, right? If you didn't make any deposits to get there, you may not reach there. You might go somewhere else where it's not so pleasant, right? So guys, I'm going to take too long, but I just want to shed some light on that. Enjoy. Do not store up treasures here on earth where moths eat them and rust destroy them, and where thieves break in and steal. Just store your treasures in heaven where moths and rust cannot destroy and thieves do not break in and steal. Wherever your treasure is, there is the desires that your heart will be. So you say, if you place all your emphasis and I'll worship those things there, that's where your heart is, and you got no more room for God in your heart. That's why he went on to say, no one can serve two masters, for you will hate one and love the others. Or love the other, you will be devoted to one, and despite the other, you cannot serve God and be enslaved to money. So keep your heart, love him, keep your heart on him, and you'll be multiplied and get more. That's the funny thing about it, what people miss, right? The more you focus on him, the more you do his word, the more you follow his laws, the more he gonna bless you. You might reach the target, the goal that you have faster with less stress than you would reach it if you just go after, put all your energy, time, effort, and make that your master and go after it, right, guys? That's all it's saying in a nutshell there. I'm gonna leave that there, man. But you guys have yourself a great day, and we'll talk again on Friday. Okay then, goodbye.